Oh, hi there. I was just in the middle of going through my old videos and giving them an arbitrary rating out of 10, because I finally came to the conclusion that nothing has any worth to me artistically or otherwise unless I assign it a number that I can use to compare things with. Also, I need my comments section to become even more fucking toxic. I quite like this video. I'll give it a 7. This one deserves an 8. This one can have a 7 too. Ugh, this video is terrible. I'm gonna give it a 2. God, this one is even worse. I'm not even gonna give that one a score. But this commenter gave this video a 9 out of 10. Yeah, and this one gave it a 9.5. Yeah, but like, I don't care. It's my review. Can you like stay still for a second? It's really fucking annoying. Sorry, I think whoever's editing this has fucking ADHD or something. You know what I find to be incredibly dumb, stupid, and ultimately counterproductive? Well, look at the title of the video, you damn fool. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Really, there shouldn't be any issue with summarizing a review or analysis by assigning an easy-to-digest numerical value to it. In a closed-off environment, it even makes a lot of sense. If not only for people to easily and quickly understand your thoughts, but as a critic, it can help remind you and be a solid way to organize your reviews, if you ever want to refresh your memory or whatever. This is actually a really interesting topic to me. You might think it's dumb and boring, but whatever, this is my channel, I'll talk about whatever the hell I like. It's one of those topics I can very easily see both sides of, positive and negative. A long time ago, I made a video about why Metacritic pisses me off, and it's the same for just about all of these websites that revolve around giving media a numerical score. Metacritic is flawed not only because each outlet's score is weighted depending on their clout and stature, but also because it's one of the most referenced comment section bait websites that exists. What I mean by that is, how many times have you seen pussies in the comment section defending their mindless allegiance to something by screaming a supportive number they found on Metacritic? As soon as someone brings up a Metacritic score as their only good reason as to why something is good or bad to them, I just kind of switch off and stop listening. Metacritic user ratings are also hilariously vitriolic most of the time. Meta bombing being an all too popular pastime for fucking losers out there with nothing better to do. Then there's the Internet Movie Database, which rates movies and television out of 10 based on user ratings. User ratings are a joke on Metacritic, and it's no different on IMDb. You can go to any movie, click on the amount of user scores it's had, and see the breakdown of what people think. 11,000 people think Oogie Loves and the Big Balloon Adventure is a 10 out of 10 cinematic experience. Okay, obviously that's a joke, but a similar amount of people have rated the Minions movie a perfect 10 out of 10. Now how many of those is a joke? I know. It's sad. I mean, just look at the seemingly random and skewed results many films get. True, it really doesn't mean anything except the weighted average of what a bunch of dummies who don't have to explain themselves think. But look, even 1,000 people rated Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip, a 10 out of 10. It is utterly insulting to me that so few people have rated it a 10. I recommend pausing the video and going to IMDb right now and giving it a 10, so the average reflects a more fair score for this modern masterpiece. Then there is Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, that is how we say tomatoes in the UK. I never really look at this website, but again, people like to use it as a way to justify if a film is good or bad or not. It always boils down to this anyway. If you like a movie, for example, and it has a high score on these websites, then it's all, hey, it's been getting amazing reviews. It's got this number over here, and this person said this about it. But if you like a movie and all the reviewers say it's terrible or it has a low score, then the critics obviously are just out of touch or being paid off or have no idea what they're talking about. And that works the exact same in reverse if it's something you hate. I admit, I do like to check up on these websites now and again to see how audiences are reacting to this or that, but that doesn't affect my opinion on anything unless I read or watch a review after the fact that makes a good point or brings up a valid argument about something. But to me, assigning a number to a piece of art goes against the point of art. I know I sound like a hippie douchebag when I say it, but isn't the point of expression that there is no right or wrong answer? Why even bring maths or science into it at all? Why is it relevant? I don't think opinion on art should be a science. Now, I understand that the combination of business and artistic expression can often make this subject so broad and murky that it's very difficult to pin down and talk about sometimes. And obviously there is a very, very clear distinction between a cynical product like the Minions movie and a thoughtful, contemplative art film like Anomalisa, which I would recommend, by the way. It's stellar. I sound really sarcastic, but I actually mean it. And of course there are technical aspects to filmmaking, writing and producing music and so on that can be analyzed and evaluated on an objective, critical level. But my point is, we all know how ridiculous the internet can get, so in a way you're almost asking for trouble if you top off your reviews with a numerical score. Like, instead of remembering your excellent point about this or that, it's a stupid number that people walk away remembering. This dumb, meaningless, conclusive number that is only there to make things easier for the viewer becomes becomes the focal point for far too many people. Look in the comments section of any IGN review. It's just pathetic crybabies whinging about the score. It's always too low or too high. So fuck them. Why even give them a score at all? At least then they might actually argue about something less juvenile, although that is very unlikely. And when there's like one reviewer on Metacritic who gives a much lower score than everyone else, then automatically they're wrong and they should be lynch mobbed because they don't fall in line with what a bunch of other singular people thought. Can you honestly not see how fucking stupid this is? If you do this shit, or have done this, you should feel terrible about it because it's such an asshole thing to do. Even if a review is shit or poorly justified, so what? It's one person. Isn't it the discussion that's important? That's what I find important and constructive, at least. Some of my favorite critics on YouTube use a scoring system to summarize their reviews. So I went ahead and asked Adam from Your Movie Sucks, Anthony Fantano from The Needle Drop, and Ralph from Ralph the Movie Maker why they feel it's necessary to include one. They all make excellent points, so I'd recommend pausing the screen and reading the full thing, because I'll only be summarizing what they say. So first off, YMS explained to me that he tries to keep his reviews as attemptedly objective as his inevitably subjective human brain can possibly allow, meaning that he rates movies on what he feels the actual quality of the filmmaking and presentation is. In his mind, every movie starts at a 5 and will either gain or lose points depending on various flaws or achievements. He also points out the strange phenomenon where if any critic rates anything under like an 8, then everyone assumes that means they think it's pure garbage, even though that's not what it means at all. Like, a 7 out of 10 is still a very good score. Shut the fuck up. Conversely, Anthony Fantano uses it more as a summation tool to tie up his general feelings into a simple package for his audience to understand what he feels is worth their time or not. He said that this is especially important when talking about something as saturated and vast as music. He stressed that the number he chooses is merely a reflection of his personal feelings towards an album. Anything below a 5 he dislikes, anything above he likes. He mentioned that the biggest negative to a scoring system is when a viewer looks at the score and only the score. He said if he wanted people to do that, he'd put the score at the beginning of the video and then just end it right there. Ralph falls more in line with what YMS said. He points out that film is a very intricate and technical art, and that it's pretty distinct when something is done well and when something is done horribly. Some aspects, such as bad plotting or nonsensical characters, is not really a matter of opinion, and it's up to the critic to break down each element and explain why a film makes you feel a certain way. Of course, he acknowledges that some aspects can be debatable, such as if a story was engaging or if the music was moving, and that every critic should find a healthy balance between fact and opinion. Applying that to review scoring, he mentions that it's a shame that so many people only value ratings of like a 9 or higher, and that it's important to look at more than just a stupid number, and to try and find other personalities that have similar tastes to you. See, this is only 3 people who use a scoring system, and they all use it in a completely different way. It's like really personal to each one of them. So why the fuck do some of you people get so upset about it?
Hey, IHE! What was the fucking point of all of this, you dumb bitch?
Well, honestly, I just wanted to put into words the frustration I feel whenever I see a stupid comment like this. This is a genuine comment I found and screen capped a while ago. It was someone doing a little mini review of Batman v Superman in the comments. Don't worry, there's no spoilers, as if you fucking care. He says that despite enjoying the film, he hated Jesse Eisenberg's performance, liked Ben Affleck as Batman, hated everything with Lex, agreed that there was far too much crammed in, and caps it off by saying he wouldn't say it was the worst film of the year, but it really wasn't the best either. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. Just Jesus. That's how you justify an 8 out of 10. Fucking hell. It really is meaningless, isn't it? Everyone just shut the hell up and have an actual discussion about something tangible instead of a fucking number, okay? There are some 2-year-olds who can count to 10. Oh. Well, I guess that fucking explains it. Those are my thoughts on review scores, the most exciting subject I have ever covered on this channel to date. But seriously, I've wanted to make a video about this subject for a while, because I'm a huge fucking dork. I had so much to say, it might be a little bit muddled, I don't know. But please, make sure you tell me your thoughts in the comments, and rate this video out of 10, why don't you? And also rate Alvin and the Chipmunks a solid 10 out of 10, because that movie deserves much more than a 4.7. What the heck? I'd like to thank Your Movie Sucks, The Needle Drop, and Ralph the Movie Maker for the quotes they gave me. I highly recommend checking out their channels by following the annotations right here. Make sure you check out some of my other videos too. I also now live stream on Camcord. My name is IHE on there. Thanks for watching. All comments and ratings are very much appreciated. I'll see you next time. Bye!